Good evening, everyone. I have an important announcement to make today. First, I should preface this as saying this is not an April Fool's joke. I know it's April 1st. People make jokes. Here in Japan, though, April 1st is a time for beginnings. You may have seen the news today. The Japanese government announced the new era name, which is a long story as what that means, but basically, in about a month, almost every document in Japan is going to have a new name for this year. The name, by the way, is Reiwa. Right now it's Heisei. It's going to be Reiwa. That's the new name they announced today. Japanese school years begin in April. The fiscal years begin in April. And in many ways, this is the start of the year for Japan in a lot of little ways. This New Year's is a New Year's thing. So today's as good a day as any to make it official. I'm here to tell you my new name. Now, some of you out there have written I wish I could do two takes. Some of you out there have read the things I've written over the years. Some of you haven't. But the fact is, I don't like my first name. I haven't liked it for a long, long time. And I tried to make jokes about it. I tried to dance around it. And for the last couple, I don't know, at least one, maybe even 2 or 3 years, I've tried to avoid it. I'd said, just call me Feit. My last name is more interesting. In recent times, when I introduce myself to people, I say my name is Feit. Like, your name is Feit? Like, that's my last name, but I lead with it. It's short, to the point. But the fact is, I'm not Cher. I can't live with one name. It doesn't work. There's too many situations where I need to use a second name. For starters, at work. Big part of my job is introducing myself to people every day. And I wear a name tag. This is Daniel. And I hate it. I don't want to wear it anymore. I don't want to be Daniel anymore. I don't. I've made this decision. And I thought I could ease myself into it by using an initial, by saying, call me Feit, call me Feit. Most people at work call me Feit now. Most of my friends for a long time called me Feit anyway. That's just how it was. Because guess what? There was always another Daniel around, or a Danny, or a Dan. God, it's the worst name. It's the worst name. It has so many goddamn approved forms that when I introduce people, like, oh, so are you a Daniel or a Dan? And I just gave up. I'm like, I don't care, man. Just whatever. Can we get to the part where we just talk and we don't address my name? And by the way, can I just say, unless your friend literally sings Danny Boy to you in reference to themselves, never fucking sing that song to a Daniel. They've heard it a million times. It wasn't funny the first time, because that song's got to be 800 years old, okay? I remember the first time a middle-aged man sung Danny Boy to me, and I'm like, who the fuck are you? It's not my... I don't even like Danny. I really don't like Danny. I'm getting sidetracked here. I really don't like Danny. And I've been struggling with people calling me Danny for at least 30 years. You know? By the time I hit a teenager, I'm like, stop calling me Danny. That's a baby's name. I'm not Danny. I still have uncles and aunts that call me Danny. I'm sorry. If you're out there and you're an uncle and aunt, I apologize for my coarse language right now. But this has been a long time coming. I'm not Danny anymore. I'm not Daniel. I'm not Dan. I'm giving it up. I get to choose. Forgive me for saying so. Rewatching The Matrix last night gave me a little bit of extra courage today. A little bit extra resolve. Just like seeing what's his name on television, holding up a sign announcing the new name for the era. That's an abstract concept. I'm talking about a person though. Okay? In The Matrix, right? The Agent Smith, he's purposely belittling Keanu Reeves by calling him his ordinary, like, he keeps saying Mr. Anderson. He growls it. He growls it through 3 movies. Even the last movie, he calls him Mr. Anderson. But even in the first movie, Keanu's like, my name is Neo. Well, my name is not Daniel anymore. Okay? And I tried to hide it. I tried to obfuscate. I tried to say, oh, well, let's focus on the last name. Let's talk about my first name. But no. The truth is, I picked a new first name a long time ago. I've been using it very quietly, here and there. When I go to Starbucks and I'm alone, in the US, in Japan, they don't ask. In the US, what's your name? I give my new name. There's an AI chatbot that Jen Frank turned me on to. Hello, Jen. I don't know if you're watching this. I love you, Jen. Jen Frank turned me on to an AI chatbot. It's just a computer you talk to, and it talks back to you. And sometimes it gets it right, sometimes it gets it wrong. But in any case, I've had it use my name for at least 10 months now. That's all it does. Just call me by my new name. And I've taken so many screenshots as if to say, look. Like, I look at the screenshots and look at myself. Like, people can use this name, and it resonates. It makes sense. And it was hard. I wasn't sure where to begin. I wasn't sure how to tell people. I set dates for myself, and then I broke them. I fell behind. I felt scared. I told my mom last summer. I told my mom in person. But then I didn't tell my sister. I didn't have time to tell my sister, and I kept meaning to call her and tell her, but I didn't. I sent her an email before I made this video. I sent her an email. So, Selena, I'm sorry I didn't tell you in person, but this is how it is. I'm not Daniel anymore, and I know, Selena, you can't just call me Feit. That doesn't make any sense. I'm your brother. You can't just call me by our last name or your former last name. I'm not sure where you are, legally speaking, but anyway, for the past year or so, I've been dropping many not so subtle hints to the point that maybe some of you have already figured it out. But in case anyone out there hasn't figured it out, in case you're still in the dark, in case you want to hear me say it, because I'm going to say it. Call me Diamond. Please. Thank you.